I want to address something. Eric says, question, do you consider this working or is the same thing you think of billionaires? And I'm not sure what he's talking about. The world's most followed TikToker gets paid as much as 750K per post, but to reach his greatest business goal, Kabi Lame is binge watching American cartoons. If I consider that working, no. Did you expect me to say yes? That's a capitalist system that he's in as well, right? Let me give an example, okay? And this is what I'm trying to talk about. This guy goes out there and he gets people to do all kind of skits in the streets. He puts it on TikTok. TikTok gives him a lot of coverage because a lot of people gravitate to that kind of crap, right? Okay, that's fine. But it's TikTok that's rewarding him because they want a lot of people doing stupid things out there so that others would watch it, and they're compensating him for making some billionaires even more billions. He is a part of the problem as well. Look, I love what he does. I sit down on TikTok and I go through TikTok and I love it. I love laughing. I love all the pranks that they do. But are those pranks worth these guys making the kind of money that they're making? No. I mean, because let's be frank. I'm here, not as good looking at the guy that you... Oh, let me put it on the screen. I'm not as good looking a guy as this guy here, and I'm not as hip as this guy. I'm not as cool. I don't live in a great, beautiful, multi-story, big house with probably lavishing things like he does. But I guarantee you that as far as enlightened Americans, myself, TYT, Rodnin, and all these folks are providing more access to society. Bridge was a professor. Bridge taught a whole bunch of folk. This guy didn't even have to go to school to do this. That's where, the capitalist system by definition says capitalism is the efficient allocation of resources. How efficient an allocation if he can take out 750K per post and we can't get a post to get folks educated to bring in any cash. My posts, if I make a 10 cents on it, it would be great. Now, what actually gives substance? He gets a lot of views. And in his views, you know what else he gets? He gets to promote Exxon and all these other big corporations. So that's what he's paid for. He's paid to screw us all up. Well, we pay Exxon to pay him to screw us all up. And that's what I said. Capitalism, by definition, claims it is the efficient allocation of resources. My contention is that Bridge MCP as a teacher, Michael Rodnin in the profession that he's, all of them are more important to society. Norman Reynolds as an engineer, Roberto Lewis as an engineer, Yvette Avery as a union specialist and a UPS worker. They are all more important to society than this guy. But this guy is a tool of capitalism. And he will be rewarded because he's willing to go out there and do that job. That is a good one that you brought, Eric. I love it. Because you give me a chance to prove a point. The CEO also is no different than this guy. The CEO just goes ahead and plays with people to maximize his personal income and the income of the shareholders. No different than what this guy does. So, I hope you get it. Since I can't make 750K on my post, I'm going to ask all of you to support me how you can to keep doing the necessary work that we need to do, as opposed to a guy like this who's making 750K, not per post. Per post. And I swear to you, this isn't envy. I don't mind rich people who work for what they have. I mind rich folks who don't do a thing. Especially, when I work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Few days I've been getting 8 hours of sleep to try to help myself calm down. But you guys get what I mean. And it really irks you that there are people starving. There are women going to work every day to be a secretary, to be even a doctor, whatever, and they're not making that kind of cash, and they're providing so much for society. But it is our economic system that claims to be an efficient allocation of resources. Look up the definition of capitalism. That is really a poor example. And he's just one of thousands of examples, right? We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.